So, I'm out here in Goa with the Grand Vitara Long Termer that we at MOTORSCRIBES picked up a while ago. And I just figured that Goa was a great destination to bring it to, take it for a spin, and basically see how it performs in and around this beautiful state over here. After all, Goa has a very diverse driving condition compared to the rest of the country. I think the narrow lanes, the steep inclines, having to do fast overtake maneuvers because you don't get too much space. All of these elements come into play driving in Goa, and they give you a different sort of sense of what it is to have a vehicle out here and how that vehicle performs. Well, on that note, Goa is a fun place to be, and having a fun vehicle like the Grand Vitara, just from the get-go, just makes the entire experience out here that much higher. And I've really enjoyed this vehicle. This is basically the smart hybrid version. So it's got the 6-speed automatic. I've got the 1.5 liter petrol engine in there. It delivers about 103 PS of power, 136 Newton meters of torque, which in Goa's diverse driving condition has proven to be rather efficient and decent as well. Of course, dealing with inclines, some of the steeper ones, you do feel that the gearbox is slightly lazy, but overall it does a good job. It will get you through. You're not going to find yourself stranded one bit. But, you just wish that it had a little bit more control. But having said that, you do have a trick up your sleeve because you've got paddle shifters on board the Grand Vitara that you can use to shift gears or to hold a lower gear. Or if you don't want to use the paddle shifters, you can use the manual selection on the shifter to allow for that. And with that, you do get that added amount of pep, and you can really enjoy taking the Grand Vitara around Goa and through these tiny streets and make overtaking maneuvers that much easier. So, from the performance standpoint, there's really nothing to be disappointed about. I think the Vitara is nicely spec'd. I will not say that it's extremely peppy, but it is decently spec'd, and you can really enjoy it in Goa, where most of the driving is done at speeds between 25 to about 40, in some cases 50. But largely you're in that sort of band of driving, and it actually shines in that band. It does a great job of getting you around town. As far as comfort is concerned, I think the Grand Vitara is just such a fantastically well-appointed vehicle. Of course, the version that I have comes with this beautiful panoramic sunroof. You've got steering mounted controls. I never have to take my eye off the road, as I'm toying around with the various functions. Pair your phone to the SmartPlay Pro system and you can enjoy your music. You can get set on navigation, which is extremely important for a place like Goa, because to me, all the roads out here look exactly the same, and it's very easy to get lost. And I think that Google Maps and navigation have just made life so easy. So yeah, having navigation on board and getting around town, you can drive like a pro without having to worry where to go, because you've got it on a nice screen right in front of you, and that allows you to really get around town easily. So navigation is a must, and it's great that you've got wireless Android Auto, or in my case Apple CarPlay. So that does a fantastic job, and it pairs really easily. I think the setup is done so well, and in fact even the screen and the way it works is really nice. Now, Goa being hot and sunny, the other thing that stands out is that there's no glare on the screen as such. So visibility of the screen is top notch. We've seen other vehicles in a similar category where that can be a hindrance or they're too dull. I like the way it's set up. I like the colors. I like the resolution of the screen. So that is a standout feature about the Grand Vitara. Now, coming to driving around town, and like I said, comfort is something that you definitely look forward to. And I think the way the Grand Vitara has been set up, the suspension, the way it rides, all of that is really top notch. I've said this time and time again that Maruti Suzuki really knows how to set up the suspension of their vehicles to really suit Indian driving conditions. And on that front, the Vitara scores big points. It feels great sitting behind the wheel. driving through these narrow lanes, getting from destination to destination, some of them that can take even up to 1 hour. You know, it is just something that just works for you. You know, you're comfortable, you're relaxed, and it's just such a comfortable ride that you really have nothing to complain about. Add to that, you've got a nice powerful AC system on board, and that does a fantastic job of keeping the entire cabin cool. There is one small grouse that I have, and I've only noticed this out here where it's been rather bright and sunny, is the shade that covers the sunroof. In other vehicles, it's usually a little thicker, and in the Vitara, it's a very thin, fine cloth. So you do feel a little bit of the heat coming in regardless, even when you have it pulled. Yes, it's a little more comfortable than having it open, but you do feel a little bit of heat. And I think that that's something that Maruti might need to look at and address in future Grand Vitaras. You know, having a slightly thicker cloth here would actually change the overall level of cooling that happens, or how quickly the cabin cools down in such a place. But rear passengers, they get their own AC vents. I'm out here alone, so I don't have to worry about people sitting in the back. I can just keep those vents off. And yeah, overall, there's really not too much to say in terms of you know, the negatives. It's a comfortable vehicle to drive. I love the way it feels in terms of the seats. The seats are contoured really well. Comfort is top notch on that account as well. And the ergonomics are spot on. So you sort of have great control. You've got a great driving position, a great view outside of the road. And again, going back to the fact that you're dealing with narrow roads, oncoming traffic, two-wheelers, it's great to have that sort of commanding view where you can negotiate and get by a lot easier. So, you know, it is something that comes out as a standout point, because on a first drive, we're out on nice big roads, we're driving it around beautiful countryside roads, and you really don't get to judge these elements of it. So it's good to revisit the Grand Vitara, come out here and take it for a spin like this, and just see what Goa has to offer, and also experience the vehicle in a whole new light. So yeah, that's about it in terms of driving it around. In fact, when it comes to other features that I've really liked and appreciated about the Grand Vitara on this drive that I've been using it out here in Goa for a couple of days, is the fact that you get these really massive pockets on the doors, because some cars you can't even slide in a 1 liter bottle. You know, yes, there are a lot of cars that you can, but the Grand Vitara is one of them where you can definitely get a nice big bottle in the doors, which is something that you need out here. It's really hot, and having your water bottle handy is definitely something you want. So it's good to be able to carry that over there. Secondly, it comes with a massive glove box. So you're going out to the beach, you want to tuck away some stuff, you want to keep it out of sight. The glove box is brilliant, and you can really put away a lot of stuff over there. The boot is again more than substantial, and since I have done a drive to get here, I can tell you that it was very convenient, easy to get all my luggage in the back, and also carry along a little bit of camera equipment for my shoot. So all in all, I think it's very well appointed in terms of space. It's very well appointed in terms of comfort, and you can really enjoy it as a vehicle in and around town. But going back to the fact that it is a smart hybrid, it also means that it's pretty efficient as well. Despite the slow driving, the start-stop, slowing down for oncoming traffic, and dealing with a lot of gradients across Goa, I have still managed to get a rather healthy 13.1 kilometers to the liter. So that is something that I feel is worth writing home about. I know that in the brochure it promises a much higher range, but we all know that in real world conditions those numbers drop. So despite the fact that I'm driving an automatic, despite the fact that I'm driving around at 20, 30, 40 kilometers an hour constantly in lower gears, it is still giving me that 13.1. And I think it goes to the smart hybrid, where you've got the ISG providing that extra torque boost and torque assist when you need it. So all in all, a great feature to have on board, helps with the efficiency, makes driving the Grand Vitara a little more fun. And definitely adds value to your pocket by saving you on that fuel money, right? So that's about it in terms of me taking out for a spin in Goa, enjoying it out on these roads. I've purposely not spoken about driving on the highway because, frankly, it does a fantastic job there. It's cruising at 3-digit speeds. It's stable, it's fine. It does an excellent job on the highway. You got really no complaints. But it is in this hilly terrain that I was a little bit more curious as to how it would perform. And overall, it has not been a letdown whatsoever. You can always say that you want more pep, but I think the 1.5 is just right. And just to close on that point, like I said earlier, the paddle shifters are something that you do want to use when you are dealing with the hills and you're using the automatic. I'm quite sure the manual behaves a lot differently out here in Goa. Maybe I'll bring that here sometime. But for now, this video is about how the automatic version has performed. And in my books, I think it scores really good points. It's something that you're really not going to complain about, and it's a vehicle that you can definitely enjoy out here on a nice weekend drive and even other hilly areas too. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and do like, comment and share. And if you do have any other questions or you feel that there's something that I might have overlooked or not answered, feel free to write in. It's my promise to answer each and every one of those questions and get back to you. So I do look forward to what you have to say as well.